Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. It's looking like we could potentially have Trubisky again this week. Does that change how you're attacking this matchup? Sorry.
So, I mean, Mitch Trubisky scored more fantasy points last week than I think Kenny Pickett has ever done in the NFL in almost 2 seasons, which is really more of a Kenny Pickett stat than anything else. But these are 2 top 12 pass defenses in DVOA. They've both been pretty good against the pass. So I think that in theory, if the passing games are shut down, then what do we see from the run game? Well, the Steelers' run defense ranks 11th best overall. The Colts' run defense ranks 26th best overall. So you'd like to think that this is probably going to favor more the Steelers' running backs. Najee Harris has been more explosive this year, but he's not exactly playing more. He's not capitalized on it. He's had 3 sub-10-point games in the last 4. Jalen Warren, you can see on the screen, 8 or fewer PPR points in every game post Matt Canada's firing. That's not how it was supposed to be. Right now, Jalen Warren should have been like breaking free on everything. One of the big weaknesses for the Colts, yes, they are good against the pass, but they really struggle against wide receiver 2s. They rank 29th in DVOA there. So does that mean we get to finally see a bit more from George Pickens? I don't know. I mean, this Steelers offense, it's just been, we saw those 120 yards from Pat Freiermuth, followed by 29 and then down to 18. There's been nothing consistent with the Steelers that you can count on week to week. So I don't think there's anybody I really want to play. I think if I did play, it would be the Michael Pittman side. I don't think I really want to be in on Zach Moss after a couple of disappointing weeks. He's not scored double-digit points since week 8. He's had 2 great matchups the last couple of weeks and hasn't been able to capitalize. Michael Pittman, though, second in targets behind only Keenan Allen. He's got 138, joint second in red zone targets. If you're playing Showdown, that feels like the easiest captain in this one. I'd be playing Michael Pittman and then maybe both Jalen Warren and Najee Harris on the other side of things. In redraft, I'd have confidence in Pittman. If I had to start Moss, I would do. And then it goes probably as far as kind of Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, if I had to.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that, we talk about the squeaky wheel game and everybody's been pounding Zach Moss as almost like an enabler in DFS lineups for the last 2 weeks and he's disappointed. You're probably going to see he's not going to get a touch inside the red zone and he's still going to score 2 touchdowns from like 30 yards out this week. It's just the way it always works, isn't it? But I do agree with you. I think there's less confidence in starting him. It feels like this offense has improved post-Canada, but it still hasn't kind of found itself. And I just think that they almost need an off-season. I hate to tell you this, Tom, I think Kenny Pickett's going to be the quarterback for another season in Pittsburgh. Yeah. And I think they need to almost rebuild this offense. They've got some decent weapons, but they just need to kind of put it all together. So, yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I think it's fair to say that the Kenny Pickett injury, it came at the wrong time. Like, if Kenny Pickett had been able to build on what they were starting now, working more over the middle of the field, then it could look very different to what we're seeing with Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Tom, before we move on to the next matchup, we have got an exciting announcement. You announced it on Twitter earlier today. Do you want to tell the listeners and the viewers what they can potentially win?
I mean, we do so much stuff here on YouTube, but we also do a lot of stuff that you don't see. Behind the scenes in our Discord, I write a huge DFS deep dive every week, go really in-depth on the slate, all the stats and facts that really matter for each play, and how I'd use them, stacks, everything like that. Rich, you've got Dynasty content on there, which isn't viewable anywhere else. And we're giving away a month's free access to that. All you have to do, the one thing you have to do, subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, and then go over to Twitter, any one of our accounts, mine, Rich's, or the Sanctuary's account, send us a screenshot of you being subscribed, and on Sunday, we'll give away a month's free access. It's worth about, way more than we charge for it, and we will get you set up to win over the last few weeks of the season.